What's going on, everybody? My name is Ben and welcome back to the bench for a brand new season of Sci-Fi Wednesdays. We're actually coming off of our last kit, the Lando Falcon that we built, the Bandai 1/144 scale kit. It was so much fun and I just thought, you know what, let's keep the party going and keep on building. So I thought we'd jump into a brand new build here on this next season. But seeing as my last like 4 or 5 builds for Sci-Fi Wednesdays have all been Star Wars, I decided to go ahead and change it up just a little bit and do something from my other favorite series, Star Trek. I might have lost a bunch of you Star Wars fans out there, but hey, you know what? Give this a shot. Let's see what we can do with this one. This is going to be pretty fun. I've got some interesting things planned. So we're going to be building this right here. And this is a 1/2500 scale U.S.S. Shenzhou from Star Trek Discovery. Bipolar lights, it's a very nice looking kit. I think it's a very interesting looking ship. And I don't know, something about it kind of reminds me of like the Miranda class or like the Reliant. It just has that kind of menacing look to it. So I'm very excited to go ahead and see if I can't build it and do some fun things with it. Now the kit itself, like I said, is a very small, tiny little kit. This is 1/2500th. So as you can see, it is not a big boy. It is a very tiny little kit, but it's really nicely molded. It's got some very nice plastic in there. And it actually comes with a little bit of a mini stand, which is kind of nice as well. However, this is a very tiny stand, so probably not going to be the best for any sort of lighting or battery packs or switches, but it is something that we should have for maybe other builds. So we'll hold on to it. Other than that, the plastic looks pretty good. Like I mentioned, this is a snap tight kit, so it's supposed to go together just with a couple of snaps and it's ready to rock. But you know what? I don't think I want to do that. I'll probably end up gluing mine. Now the instructions themselves are very simple, as you can see, just a couple of different stages. I think we have 8 steps total. Yep, so that actually isn't going to be hard at all. The only problem I can see, of course, is if we intend on lighting this, it's going to be really tight in there. There's not going to be a lot of room for wires and all that good stuff. Also, the exterior requires a lot of decals for this Aztecing pattern, and that's going to be a little bit tough. As you can see, these are really, really nice looking decals. They've got all the Aztec markings built into them. They do kind of go on in sheets, so that's going to be a little bit more troublesome, I think. I want to make sure these actually go on well enough, but it's got some awesome looking designs, and it's got that really cool kind of burgundy red color that the Shenzhou has. So that is awesome. Plus, we have another sheet over here, which again has larger sections of that silver with the Aztecing and the red highlights and all that. So this is actually a really good looking decal sheet, very glossy. I've heard good things, so I think we'll be okay with using these right out of the box. Which brings me to something else here, guys. I've actually received a special gift from my buddy Kenny over at HobbyLink International, and he sent me this right here. This is a complete Photoetch set for this particular kit made by Green Strawberry. And I gotta tell you, I've never used any of their stuff before, but I am very intrigued. I actually watched Kenny use some of the same style of Photoetch on his Romulan Bird of Prey. Very good looking stuff, and I'm excited to see what this does. But let me go ahead and zoom in here for you and show you what we have here on this sheet. I'm actually very impressed with it. So you can see here, we have a ton of extra detail parts. And if you'll notice, all of these areas like right in here and all that, they all come equipped with portholes already drilled out. It does give you what you would need to make this thing look awesome. Even comes with grills for the impulse engines and a whole bunch of extra parts and pieces. So I gotta say, if you guys are looking for some Photoetch for some sci-fi stuff, check out Green Strawberry. Even the instructions are super clear, beautifully printed. This thing comes with a shuttle bay. You can actually just take this piece, you can fold it up, and then you can just remove the door, mold it into the back of the Shenzhou, and slip that shuttle bay right in. Now I have no idea what color it is. I have no idea what lighting would be in there, but that is super cool. And I am so impressed with Green Strawberry's attention to detail. I think this is going to be a very fun project to work on. And just the fact that they give you all of these parts that have open portholes already set for lighting, that's going to be huge, honestly, because I thought about it and I really couldn't see myself drilling out all those individual openings. So this might actually give me something to work off of, like a template, and I might be able to go ahead and throw some lights into the saucer and have that illuminate all those portholes. So Green Strawberry has absolutely knocked my socks off. This is a great set, and I want to really give a big shout out to Kenny. So thank you so much. I know I've already thanked you numerous times there, Kenny, but thank you again. I think we're going to be able to make some good use of these for sure. Now, as I mentioned, I would love to go ahead and throw some LEDs into this particular model. Like, for example, I have these 3mm red LEDs. I have some other versions as well, but I thought it would be really fun to go ahead and drop in some lights, especially in the nacelles and the saucer section. I actually picked up these, and I've used this company before. These are very tiny little micro LEDs, and these are red in color, but I've also used this brand on my Raider ATST, on my T-70 X-Wing, even on my Lando Falcon. So I've used these particular types of LEDs before, and they work beautifully, and they are tiny, and that's the important part because this ship is not big. This is a very, very small little model. But because they are so tiny, we might be able to actually put 2 lights into the nacelles as opposed to just 1. So we put one here at the very beginning of this little red accent mark, and we'd put one down here towards the middle of it, right past this little support, to have a little bit more red. So we'd actually have a very nice, cool, very red glowing effect if this works out well. So that is going to be huge, guys. I could use a 3mm just LED just sitting right here in the front and illuminate the entire thing, but I don't think it would really transmit light as well as I would like it to. So I think using these small SMDs probably be a better way to do it. Plus, in order to get wires down from the saucer through the supports into the nacelles, we're going to have to go ahead and cut through some plastic. And because that section is so tiny and it's a one-piece part, I decided to go ahead and pick up some of this. And this is magnet wire. It's enameled, so I should be able just to use it as is without having to worry about it shorting out or anything. We have to go ahead and test the layout just to be on the safe side. But you can see just how tiny this really is. For comparison, we'll show you the LED wire as well. So yeah, this is a definite change in size. Very, very tiny. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go, but I wanted to use something small like this so I can power these LEDs. And I picked up 2 different versions. I actually picked up this one right here, which is red. I figured I could use that for my positive leads. And I also picked up the exact same style from the same manufacturer in just plain old copper. So that's going to be maybe my negative lead. So I should be able to tell the 2 apart. So you can see the exact same stuff, very thin wire. And I think that will be a beautiful thing to have, seeing as I have no room to work with at all in any of these transitions. So this is going to be kind of challenging for sure. Now, I'm not the only one who's done this. I've seen this on other channels as well. On Aztec Dummy, I've seen it on All Scale Trek, all sorts of channels that have used magnet wire before. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Honestly, nothing to lose, so should be pretty fun to go ahead and experiment with it. Also, I did mention I do have some other micro SMDs as well that I can use for up here. This is actually a violet color, so I should be able to mount 2 of my tiny little SMDs right there to illuminate the side of the deflector dish. I don't know if I can get that center area to light up. That might be kind of hard to do, but I definitely can get the side portions of it lit up. So that means that we will have, I'm hoping, a red LED highlight on each of the nacelles, the violet on both sides of the deflector dish. We'll have 2 impulse engines. I do have the red, of course, these little micro LEDs, which I could use on both sides. Then, of course, we'll need one of the larger, maybe 3 or 5 millimeters, but in a cool white color for the underslung bridge. And of course, any lighting on the inside of the saucer. But that is it, guys. That is going to be the next build for the next couple of weeks. And I am super excited to go ahead and get started. I think the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get a picture of the Shenzhou looking down on top of it like a bird's eye view. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a very quick temporary lighting and just kind of figure out where I can put these lights and what I can do with it. Either way, it's going to be a fun build. It's going to be challenging because this thing is super small. I love the Shenzhou. I love the Walker class. So tune in next time, guys, for another episode here on the U.S.S. Shenzhou on Sci-Fi Wednesdays. And until then, you guys know the drill. Go out there, get yourself some bench time, have some fun, build something cool. And we'll see you back here on episode number 2 for the U.S.S. Shenzhou here on Sci-Fi Wednesdays. Thanks much, everybody. Take care. We'll see you soon.